Hello and welcome to this quick follow-up video to one I did last week about this brand new radio from RadioMaster. This is the TX16s Mark III, a very different radio from the Mark II. Lots of things has changed ergonomically, big screen, this is now Gemini X. And I asked on that original video that I did last week for questions, and there were some fantastic ones. An awful lot of the questions I was being asked are actually on the website. So if you're not sure about the radio, the technical detail is in there about, what bits of the radio is actually an antenna or all those kind of things. However, there was quite a few great questions that I didn't know the answer off the top of my head. And there was obviously some confusion about it. And there was 8 questions in particular that I went and talked to RadioMaster about on your behalf. I'll put timecodes down below if you want to jump to one in particular. But I thought it'd be good to kind of collect them all together, get RadioMaster's responses together and kind of run through them so that you all got the answers to all those cool questions. So the first question that lots of people asked was, will this also be available in a 4-in-1 version? And the short answer is not at this point, and probably not in the future either. The reason for that is that the chip that handled the protocols like DSMX went end of life quite a few years ago, and stock that was available in the channel has finally dried up. Now, RadioMaster, I believe, have been exploring different options if there's a way to emulate that chip, but so far haven't been able to figure that out. However, the small supply of that chip that RadioMaster still have is probably going to go into modules, 4-in-1 style modules that can go in the JR bay at the back of the radio for those of you that want to still use modern radios like this with non-Express LRS legacy protocols. The next question was, is this a 900 and 2.4 gigahertz radio? If so, can it transmit simultaneously like the TX15? Well, the TX16, actually, this one has dual LR1121s. The TX15 has a single LR21. So the TX15 can do either 2.4 gigahertz or 868 or 900 megahertz, but not both at the same time. The TX16s Mark III can do dual 2.4 gigahertz or dual 868 900, known as Gemini, or it can do the 2.4 gigahertz plus 868 900 megahertz together, known as Gemini X, or often called things like dual band, where it's using both the 2.4 gigahertz band and the 900 megahertz together. So it's actually superior to what's available in the TX15. Next question then was about copying the models and settings easily from an older radio, maybe one of the original Mark IIs, to this Mark III. And the correct method recommended by RadioMaster is to use Companion when it's supported on both radios. I would recommend doing it that way as well. I have a video that goes through the process. However, there is one slight little wrinkle. Because the screen on this radio is so big and has a higher resolution than the SGX radio so far, some of the scripts that are around, like iNav Lua script and Yapu, don't have versions that will natively run on this radio. Now, I've personally raised a couple of requests on GitHub to have both the iNav Lua script and Yapu support this larger screen resolution. So when those are made available, that would be able to be put on this radio. That at the moment is something that I'm waiting for, and I'll probably make a little announcement on the channel when it finally happens. Next common question, when will there be an LBT version? And the answer for that is, from RadioMaster, that's something they are working on it, and it really depends on how quickly the certification gets processed, because the EU labs for those things are notoriously slow. The firmware for the TX16s Mark III already supports LBT, and it'll be a build option in Express LRS Configurator when the target's added. And when CE certifications are done, they will then make LBT specific stock and unlock the LBT options. So an FCC radio can be flashed with LBT firmware. So if you want to get it and play with it now before LBT is available, you can change it afterwards. It's just a case of waiting for the T's to be crossed and the I's to be dotted. Next question that we had was, will this be impacted by the import restrictions into the USA? At the moment, RadioMaster don't think it will, but who knows what will happen on that front. I would recommend that if you have a RadioMaster reseller locally, let them know that it's something that you want to buy so they can work on getting stock in. Quick question about the screen. I was asked, is the screen refresh rate good enough for FPV video? The answer is the screen was not set up, designed or intended for that. So sadly, that's probably not something that we're going to see anytime soon. Quick question from somebody about what the hole's in the bottom for. The answer from RadioMaster is anything you like. You can make your own additional pieces that go on here. It can be screwed into the bottom of the radio. Potentially it could also be used for things like tray adapters and those kind of things as well. But by default, they've been there on a couple of radios. Maybe people will start making things that you can bolt onto the bottom of the radio to do other stuff. And the final question is, are there the auxiliary serial ports inside for things like some people have added GPSs? There's been a couple of UARTs on the bottom of things like the previous version of this radio. The answer is yes, there are. They're just not exposed here. They are actually on the motherboard. So if you crack open the case, you can access those and add those bits if you really want to. So thank you for all of you that asked a question about this. Hopefully that has cleared that up a little bit. And big thank you to RadioMaster for taking the time and effort to kind of come back with some of the technical detail behind the answers to some of these questions. Do stay tuned as things change. Things like Yapu is released with support for this larger screen. Maybe the LBT stuff is finally certified. I will kind of put a note here on the channel as I spot that stuff. But stay tuned. This is going to be a radio that you're going to see an awful lot more on the channel. Thank you for watching my video. Check out the playlist, and adding Painless360 to your search terms will help you find my content. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. You can support the time I spend here answering questions and helping others by using the links in the video description.